see ya.
All right, so if you can do me a favor, if you're not speaking, go ahead and mute yourself. And then if you want to ask a question, whatever, by all means, unmute yourself and we'll go from there. A couple quick things I do want to just mention just from a training and upcoming event perspective. We did pop up a Boomtown live virtual training tomorrow. So that will be done via Zoom webinar. So check that out. We're going to be launching more of those. Our goal is to try to add 2-3 more of those a week. Quick 30-minute, nothing major. You'll be able to interact, ask questions. They will be recorded. We will be posting them then on My One Blue. So that way, in the future, we can always go back and look at them. So kind of try to help build up some of our resource training. On the 17th this week, 1 p.m., John's having his contracts and compliance monthly training. So if you've been to it in December, it's the same thing over again. But if you're still not perfect at filling out contracts or have questions on what needs to go where, highly recommend you attend it. It repeats every single month. And then also, I thought it was on the calendar. It wasn't. I apologize. It has been added. The 23rd, I'll be finishing. I created the event on Workplace. I'll finish filling it in. Heidi Foster from First American Title is going to come in and talk to you about all the amazing tools and resources that you have available because they are a preferred title company, including the First American app, where you can literally draw, pull up a map on the phone, draw a line around it with your finger, and get all the owner's information, filter out homestead versus non-homestead. So it's a great way if you're looking to farm to get information. You can then take that list and transport it digitally right into the First American printing app, and they have tons of postcards, flyers, books, you name it, that are available for you to mail out at cost. And there's lots of other material. She's going to bring a bunch of samples to show you. I thought I had one here. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe, yeah. Okay, I don't know what I did with it, but there's like a for sale by owner book you can drop off. It gives them lots of great information, all kinds of flyers and checklists. It's in virtually every language. So Spanish, Portuguese, Mandarin for Vanessa if she's on. They have virtually every single language. And the other thing about their info site at First American is this website's been translated to virtually every language. And not Google translated. They've actually hired a person to type the website in those languages so that it makes sense, right? Because we all know that when you translate stuff with Google Translate, it doesn't always make the best sense. Also, and then of course, mark your calendars, the first Wednesday of every month. We had an exception this month because of the New Year's, but February 6th is our Momentum Huddle at 11 a.m. We had the most miserable turnout ever in January. I think we had, 5 or 6 people in total out of 37. So would definitely ask that more people try to come. That's a great time for us all to get together. It's the one thing a month where I really say, please come. Like, let's get together as best we can and get to know each other and build that family, right? So try to do that. Also, we sent out an email yesterday. Several agents have signed up, so I'm pretty excited about this. You know, this year is going to be the year of content. Hard stop, that's it, right? As I was explaining to a couple folks yesterday, every agent in the area can get a customer listings. They have a website of some sorts. It might be a good one, but they've got one. They can get them what's for sale, what's been sold. Everybody can do that, right? There's 14,000 members of Aura. 14,000, just Orlando Regional Realtor. That's huge. So what sets you apart? And what sets you apart is your expertise, your local knowledge. So this really is going to be the year of content. If you are not doing something every week to create content, blog articles and videos, you are going to be losing out. You're just not going to be successful. Hard stop. So you have to make a decision. Are you okay with creating content, right, and create it, or the exit ramp is up ahead? It's been nice having you as part of the real estate industry, because you're just not going to be successful. So if you don't have content, you don't want to do content, then you need to hire someone to do it. So we have rolled out to try to help people that just want to, that we've been trying to get to do stuff and kicking and screaming the whole way, Rose. See, I see a smile. We've developed this social media package. We've hired a writer, and it's on a contract basis. So it's $4.95 a month. If you sign up this week, we will throw in the brokerage will $200 in advertising per month. We're going to write you 4 blogs a week. I'm sorry, 4 blogs a month, so 1 blog a week. And we're going to post content to your social media for you. So we'll put that on autopilot. The only platform we can't post for you on is Instagram. That has to be done from your phone. Someone's going to creak the door. Who's microwaving? I muted Mr. Lister. I think he's the one microwaving. So I'll unmute you in just a second. So we've got that package for you so that you can kind of put it on autopilot. Instagram's the only one we can't, but we'll get you the content so you can just post it. You don't have to create it, right? So if you have basically to build a real estate business, you have one of 2 paths, right? Path 1 is do it yourself. Path 2 is hire someone. And we've created a package where, you know, if you're not going to create the content, we'll help create it for you. We'll post it for you. We'll schedule it for you. We'll get it out there so that way you have a regular social media presence. You're getting your skill set out there. But obviously, we need to be compensated for that because we are contracting that out. So we're able to get it at a very affordable price if you compare it to other services for original content. Obviously, we have access to all of the Century 21 tools. So something to think about with that. So,
Kevin?
Yeah.
I have a quick question about that. Does everybody get the same content each week? I mean, will they, it seems probably like they would, but I was just curious because maybe some of us have the same followers. So let's just say Ray and I, if we both sign up to do this, would we be putting the same things out there?
Some content will be unique. Some content is going to be unique to our office, but will be published to all platforms.
Okay, I figured. Okay, thanks.
For example, a market update video, right?
Yeah.
Say a market update. So that type of situation, you know, that's kind of where we're going with it. And we're going to leverage the content, leverage the driving it back to your site. The difference is, especially with our blogs, if we do a shared blog post, then that is going out to, it's still going to come back to, what's going on with Joe? Oh, Joe has a guest. It's going back to your website, so angelandconklin.onebluerealestate.com. So you're getting the traffic back for it.
Got it.
Those will be the exceptions to the rule. Most of the stuff will be unique.
Okay.
Yeah, Kevin. I'm sorry. I've got Robert with me. He didn't realize that this was online.
Oh, okay. Not a problem. Welcome, Mr. Gordon. All right. Any other questions on that program before I go into my little training moment?
Yes, Kevin, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to meet this writer?
No.
Or no?
No.
This is just, they're just going to.
Well, I mean, unless you want to fly to Europe.
Oh, no, I do not. Maybe next year.
Okay. It's a writer that I've used for some other stuff, and it's a contract position. So, but everything will be flowing through me. I'll be managing the entire process. So.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. And she's written a lot of the blogs that we use. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So, any other questions?
Yes, it's good. Thank you.
Who is that? Whoa. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here real quick. I wanted to talk real quick because I don't think everybody is taking full advantage of, hold on, optimize. Okay, hold on a second. Ah, there it is. The button was off the screen. So can everyone currently see my window? Yeah, my 21 online. Okay, I'm hoping yes. All right.
Yes.
All right, cool. So there are a lot of great tools. So one of the things I keep pushing everybody to do is write blogs. And if you're writing a blog, you need a photo to go with your blog that kind of helps with the storytelling, right? Don't ever go to Google and search and then grab something from some other site or from the images tab. You can always do a search for royalty-free photos, or you can come in here. We have lots of photos for you. So up here you have tools. Tools will take you to everywhere, all the tools that we have. You can type in the name of the tool if you know the tool's name. Alternatively, you can just browse through and see what you're looking for. Your tabs or your widgets may be in a different order, but we also have the tools library here. So they're in alphabetical order, and honestly, not everything in here is a tool. But I love the brand studio. I keep this one at the very top for me. And I'm going to go over here to the brand center. So I can go to Tools, and I can go to B for Brand Center. I can come down here to the left and click on Brand Center, or if you have the widget, just click on the Brand Center. Brand Center will take you to a pretty cool resource. This is where all of our logos and all kinds of assets are stored. But if you click on right here, Asset Library, the Asset Library will take you into this wonderful little realm of all these cool tools. As you can see, all the different logos, but right here is category, asset category. I have probably some more stuff than you're gonna have, but everything is categorized for you. Social media templates, video library, C21 photography, yard signs, you name it. But if you come down here to stock images, click OK, it's going to filter out all of the stock images. So we have all kinds of high resolution, royalty-free photos that you can use, 582 to be precise. You can sort it by most downloaded, asset name, if a specific agency did it. You can do, everything is in here. Check it out, all kinds of different resources. You name it, it is in here. 582 photos. So take advantage of leveraging these tools, all these photos, I should say, to help you with your blog. And when you're doing stuff, you have this available for you. If you're looking for some social media, like assets for cover photos, we have a lot of those you can access via, via Launchpad. Oops, I'm gonna get rid of stock images, sorry, and go to social media. And this will filter out all the social media. So there's cover photos. So this is a Facebook social. There's a cover image for Facebook. There's some videos in here that you can download. We also have all of these downloaded for you, but there's a lot of additional images that you can use. Here's a good image for an open house tip type of photo. But go through here, there's tons, there's 89 assets that are categorized as social media. I don't know if you recognize this, but I created a small, medium, and medium, large, and then Relentless coffee cups. They actually took those and made their own brand one that everyone can use. So that was kind of cool for us. We got a good plug on Workplace with all the brokers and agents. But lots of great images in here for you to use. If you want to come in here and just dig through here, find anything that you think you want. You want to do something that's with commercial focused, look at just the commercial assets, right? So more photos just for commercial. Hispanic market, right? If you want to focus on the Hispanic market, click on Hispanic and see what we have that's been tagged as Hispanic. So some specific photos and assets that would appeal potentially to the Hispanic market. So lots of great assets in here. Take advantage of everything here in the asset library. The other two tabs, you have Campaign Center and Ad Maker. Take advantage of the Ad Maker as well. Click on Ad Maker from the main screen where I clicked on Brand Center, or right here once we're here. Click on Create. I'm going to have a lot more options than you do, but say you want to do a online campaign. So I have a couple extras, but you want to do something with the national digital campaign. Here are ads. If you're doing a banner ad for something, you can create your own custom banner ads right here. Want to do a print ad or get inspired? Our national ads, here's our property listings, commercial stuff, everything, our Fine Homes and Estates, everything we have access to. Go in here, Relentless Moves, you can create a print ad, or if it's a flyer you want to include in your listing presentation, create an 8.5 by 11 and put in your folder that you're going to leave behind with your consumer. And of course, our video library, the national campaigns. We have the wonderful kid commercial, right? You can do the 30-second or the 50-second. What I love about this, here's the 30-second. Let's do this one. I'm going to add it to my cart. It tells me I can't go put this on TV because then we have to pay royalties to the kid, and we're not paying royalties to the kid. You add it to your cart. All of your phone number, your email, all that is saved in your 21 Online profile. So what it's doing right now is it's adding it to the cart, and then is going to create an outro at the end of the video for you. No video skills necessary. And then you'll be able to, I was playing around here the other day. You'll be able to, which one is, I'll check out, get both of them. You hit checkout once you have it in there. I should clean my cart out more. Once it checks out, it's going to download the video for you for free and put that cart with our logo, your name, your phone number, your website, all at the very end of that, and then share that on social media. Costs you nothing. So there's another cool tool. It checks out, it's creating the video, and then we'll be done. All right, so it's building the video, then you get a download button, and you're all golden. So that's another cool. Any questions on that?
Nope.
All right. So we'll go back to 21 Online. So that's a great tool, right? Also, if you're going to be, we're going to do some training separate on this. Business Builder is another great tool or resource for you to put long-term nurture customers. So maybe a past sale where they're getting all of their like birthday, anniversary, stay in touch. Where Boomtown is more text-based emails and good for nurturing and getting some factual information. The fun and fluffy stuff, you can go in here, add your contacts in here as well, and then you can market. I think it's this one. I apologize. Yep. So why choose intro? I got all kinds of recruiting stuff, but here's the here's a buyer lead follow-up email. I'm gonna click on that so you can see it. Hopefully it's the new one that I saved in here. So here's an entire campaign for buyer lead follow-up. You can click on personalize and you can see what the campaign looks like actually. But there are hundreds and hundreds of campaigns built in here. I need to go change the logo for the office to put my photo in. But when it goes out, it's really just a great tool to use. There's even newsletters in here. The Marketing Center monthly newsletter. So I can click on this and it'll show me what the newsletter that went out. It's the real estate news. It's all the content's done for you and sent right out to the consumer. So pretty cool. Lots of great stuff. So get in here and just explore. The cool thing about being with Century 21 is the brand gives us access to all of the tools and resources, and we don't have to pay for them up front. We only pay if we close something. So I think that's a pretty cool deal. But those are just a couple of quick things I want to show you every week. I'm going to try to find something new to share and show you. And this week, that is the one thing I really wanted to share with you guys. So what questions do you have for me? Things you want to talk about? Time to open the house and turn the floor over to you guys. Nothing? Anyone? Someone?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Kevin.
Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, there you go. Hey, how's it going, Erica?
Good, and you?
Good, good.
Well, I have, I have a listing. I have a lot in Windermere, and it's been, a couple of months since I have listed it. I just was curious to know if I can be doing some other things to, expedite the sale of the lot, if I can market into a different website. I just wondering if you have any suggestions. I took the pictures. It's on the MLS. There's a yard sign that is driving traffic. I'm getting phone calls, but nothing solid yet. So it's going to be a year in April. So I just want to see if I'm able to do other things to move it.
So what are you doing besides the yard sign right now?
I don't have anything in any website, or I don't know where to put it or how to advertise it. So I don't know what can I be doing differently that it can help me, have more exposure and have more traffic into it.
Since you listed it, have you redone a CMA to see how the prices are for comparable lots, to see if maybe the price has changed?
No, I haven't done in CMA. What I usually do is I try to check if the lots in that street are being, there's only 2 left and they're still on the market, both of them. And there's one across the street and it's still also in the market. So it seems like nothing is selling in that street. So
obviously if something isn't selling, it's either exposure or price, right? Mm-hmm. So in this market, it tends to be more price. What is the other, the lot listed for?
How much is it listed for?
Yeah.
$399. We did a price reduction at the beginning of the year.
And where are we at with this lot?
$399.
Ours is $399?
Yes, $399,000.
And it's the same as the one across the street?
No. The one it's in, competing with this one, it's a lot corner and it's bigger. This one is 0.80 acres. The other one is almost 1 acre and it's $495. So okay. It's a lot of a difference. and it
Yeah.
overlooks a pond. It's not a lake. It's just like a man-made pond.
Right. So one thing I always discourage from ever doing $399, $299, $349, because when someone's searching the MLS, if they're looking for a piece of land that's between $350 and $400, it'll show up. But if someone's looking for a piece of land that's $400 to $450, you've just missed out on the search. So if you're that close, if you're a thousand off of an even number like 400, I would just
400.
I just put it right at 400. That's going to drastically increase your exposure. And that goes for everyone. Like when you're listing something, if you're going to list it at 324.9, put it at 325. It'll increase your search. Because think about how we type in our searches in the MLS. When we put prices in, right?
Yeah.
You're just $100 or $1,000 shy of a big moment, like a 100, 25, 50, 75. You're missing out on searches, right? So that would be one tip of advice. I'll go ahead and look at it today and see. Let's look at other vacant lots around the area, because we don't just compare to that community. Are there other similar communities within a 5 or 10 mile radius of that community that have vacant lots that are gated, some of the same features, same size lots, same type of homes, and see what those are going for? That might be the challenge.
Okay. And as far as doing advertisement and other like websites that are just for lots, is that something that you will recommend, or?
The listings are already syndicated out. When we put a vacant lot listing in with Century 21, Century 21 promotes it through the vacant lot magazines and stuff like that. So it's already syndicated there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right. Good to know.
Yeah. But I'll take a look at it today and circle back with you.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. All right. What else? Anyone? Anyone? Hey, Claire, I'm gonna call on you then and pick on you for a moment. Yeah, I know. Unmute yourself. So I went with Clara on a listing presentation the other day. It was one of the more unique ones I've been on, and we were educated by the seller that listing agents don't do any work. It's all the buyers, huh? So what were some of your takeaways from that listing appointment, Clara? That was your first ever listing appointment. Unmute yourself, Clara. Clara, unmute. Unmute yourself.
There we go. There we go. It was brutal. To be honest, it was my first listing appointment, and in the beginning it went well. We went around the house, looked at the house, conversated with the sellers, and it started to turn when we weren't able to provide her what she thought she read. And
she basically wanted a 1% or less because sellers don't do work, or listings don't do work.
And, when we were talking, she said, well, the listing agents really don't do anything. So she really didn't want to pay us. And I was kind of stuck, because at that point it's like, what do you even say to these people to let them know what we do? And, even at this point, Kevin and I, we actually brought a booklet that actually went over step by step what we offer, what we do, how involved we are, how we actually work with the selling agent to make sure that the transaction runs smoothly. And at that point, it just wasn't working. And what I realized in this listing is that people want you to sell their house for free. They are literally negotiating down on not spending money, not paying a commission. But I think the piece that they fail to realize is that you pay for what you get. And when you start nickeling and diming people, that's why her home's been on the market for a very, very long time.
Yeah, we would have been the third broker to list the property.
Right.
So after two decent brokers, actually, I mean, the agents are good agents. So they don't have long time on markets. So the big takeaway I had, because, and it was a learning moment for Clara, and, being her first one, is there's two issues going into it. We need to always make sure we do a great job with a seller of building our value before we arrive, right? So to make sure, and make sure we know that they know that there's value in our service, right? That's why that pre-listing book is so important to send out to customers ahead of time. The one that it's on My One Blue that we've shared with you before. That is designed to go before. So you email that to them so that they can kind of get educated in the process and see the value. There's a couple pages in there about our average days on market, about our list price, sell price ratio, about the importance of pricing, what can be controlled and can't be controlled. The other big one here is, and Claire's, I went on her with another listing presentation last night. It was much better. We'll probably she's going to get that listing. Is you have to know their why. There has to be a motivation on the part of the seller. If the seller doesn't need to sell, they just kind of want to, but if they don't, it's okay. That's the worst listing in the world, right? Because in this case, they don't need the money. They're very well off. They have their other home in Sarasota. This home is actually paid off. So they're just paying the taxes on it. And she has in her mind the price she wants. And if she doesn't get it, and she's very, she's wearing rose-colored glasses, if you will, on her purchase price for the property. It's the largest house in the neighborhood, not on the lake. And she wants 100K above everybody else. So it's just not going to happen. But if they don't have that why, if they don't have that motivation, she's not going to come down. If she doesn't get that perfect offer, she's not going to sell. So in hindsight, after got there, we found the why out, rewind that. Had we known that there was no real why or motivation before, we probably would have never got on that listing presentation. We would have just spent our resources in doing something else. So whenever you're working with the seller, I think Clara will agree now, make sure you know their why. Make sure there is real motivation. That they just don't want to sell because they need to downsize, they need to move. Those are the sellers that are going to actually allow you the opportunity to get a good sale, get a good short-term time on market, work with you on pricing and staging. But so know that for one, right? And if it's someone who's unrealistic in pricing, don't go. Because especially if they're not motivated, they're never going to come down. So, that's safe bet?
Huh?
Was that a safe? Accurate, safe bet? You agree with that?
Definitely. I was actually talking to a really good friend of mine this morning, and she owns her own business, a tax business, tax preparation. And I was kind of going over, what my experience has been here, the amount of training that I get, how involved my brokers are with my everyday, transactions, phone calls. And she says, Clara, that's amazing. She said, because I do taxes for real estate agents. And she says, you have no idea the amount of agents that I talk to who are so unhappy with their brokerage, that they don't get training, that they sign on, they get free business cards, and then they're actually let loose. I said, well, do me a favor. When you speak to those agents, give them my business card, have them call me. I said, because this brokerage is not like that at all. So we are definitely willing to talk with them, And she says, I definitely will. So, there's always room to grow. There's always money to be made. And it's just what avenues you're going to take to actually go there, And just sitting in this office and having conversations with Kevin and John, I have learned so much, because even in different brokerages, that their first thing is get the listing. Well, you get a listing and it winds up sitting on the market. And sometimes it's just like this house we went to go see. It's not the best listing. So just by Kevin saying, this listing is not going to work, don't waste your time on getting this. You're not going to get that from other brokerages. You understand? So it really makes a difference on who your broker is.
At one point, if I ever go on a listing presentation with you and I say, okay, we're done, and I walk to the exit of the house with the husband, please don't stand back and continue gossiping with the wife. That was awkward. Husband, I got to the front door and he's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. And he's apologizing for his wife. And I'm like, oh my God. So finally he's like, okay, let's try to end this. So we walk back towards the kitchen. He's like, okay, honey, we got to go. I'm like, hey, Clara, they got to go. Oh, I was done with that woman. But don't be afraid, right? Not every piece of business is the right piece of business, right? There's business, the listings that you can take that will do more harm to your reputation than good. And then like last night, we walk into this house, walking up to it, I'm going like, Claire, I feel like I've been here before. And so we're looking around and we walk in the living room. I'm like, okay, this really looks familiar. I walk in the kitchen. It is the most unique kitchen you'll ever see. There's actually an indoor barbecue grill. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, I showed this house in 2015. So I went back and looked and saw who it was. I actually showed that property before. It was kind of neat. But there's a seller who, it's a young couple with children. Parents live in Buena Ventura Lakes. They need the parents' help with childcare. It's too far because they're up by off University and that's 417.
Yeah.
So they want to get closer down there. So they really need to sell. And we're able to go in there and Claire's going to be able to list the property for them. And then also on the flip side, they want to buy a home. So, but they have a strong motivation. They need to get this done quick, and they're willing to do whatever it takes in repairs or anything to make sure that the house is as presentable as possible. So I'm pretty sure Claire's going to get that listing, and it's a unique property. It's got a unique layout, but it's a really nice property in a great little neighborhood. So hopefully we'll have that coming out very soon. So that's some great, I like to share these type of stories because it gives some context, because maybe you're going through something similar or have been through something similar or going to, and it might help you with some context. The other thing I'll point out, everyone, how important it is, and I went over this with Colby, he's not on, but he has a listing appointment, his very first one coming up this week. And I asked him had he printed the pre-listing presentation, and he did. And I said, okay, you're going to go over it with him. And I asked him to go over it with me, and he had never practiced it. So you're going into audition. In this case, the house is a $300,000 house. So single side of that, that's $12,000. Double side that, right? That's going to be a $24,000 earning. Well, should you not practice for a $24,000 potential income? Right? I mean, you think actors go out and get on stage or in front of the camera without rehearsing, or sports people go out onto the field or the court or the course and having never practiced or have run the track? No, but yet inherently agents, and this is everyone, we expect to go walk into a listing presentation or make that buyer call and having never practiced scripts. We have lots of scripts on My One Blue. There's more even inside Century 21 University. Great tools and resources. There's more on the David Knox video library as well. So check it out and practice it, right? That pre-listing presentation, you should be able to flip the page, having it facing them, glance down at a headline and be able to talk to that subject, right? You should know off the top of your head, how many offices is Century 21 promoting right now? 9,400 offices, 127,000 agents in 82 countries around the world, right? We've helped over 800 families here at Century 21 One Blue, and that's when you're on the map page, right? So practice those. That's so important. That way when you go in front of it, it's just a natural, organic conversation. And then practice each listing presentation, right? Because there can be some unique things you're going to say that, you want to make sure you're well rehearsed so you don't fumble your words or screw it up when you're in front of the customer. Because this is a one-time. You get one chance to make a great first impression with a seller. You don't want to screw that up. Potential $24,000. That's how much that hour is worth for you. So don't screw it up, right? Make sure you go in prepared and practice. Same thing with buyers. My mirror and I, when I first got in this business, I practiced 45 minutes to an hour every day on my scripts. Every single day, 7 days a week, some days more. So if you're not practicing every day for your profession to get better at your craft, if you're not actively going out there to learn and educate and get, stay up to date on market trends and market reports, when is the Fed meeting next? What are interest rates this week? You should know these things. So when people ask you, you just have it right there at the tip of your tongue. So another rant. Yeah, Clara.
May I ask a question? Is there a map that you know of that kind of I'm pretty sure there is, that sections out the zip codes and the areas to get a visual of it? Because what's a little difficult to me is, since moving back to Florida, a lot of the areas have grown, so I'm not really sure the zip codes with the areas. People say, oh, I want to stay in 32814 or 32715, and I'm just like, okay, I have to look up that area because I'm not familiar with it yet.
I do too. I mean, there are the zip codes that I know well, that I live in and work in, and or have lived in. So I know 3478786 is Windermere, Winter Garden. 3282437 is Meadowwood, Sawgrass.
Right.
Hunter's Creek. But the vast majority of them, no. I Google Map it all the time.
Okay, so there is no map that we can just look at that kind of outlines the zip code in the area, like
you can do a Google search for Orlando zip code maps. There's tons of them online.
Okay.
But I just use Google Maps, right? Because you're never going to memorize every zip code where it's at, right?
Right.
So I just, when I need to, I look it up.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Anybody else? What about Rose? You got anything? Angelin, Ian, anyone?
No, I don't, but I'll be calling you right after the call if that's okay.
I guess.
Oh, please.
All right. Anyone else? Y'all are quiet today. So quiet. Hey, Troy, I'm going to call on you. How about that? Did you get that offer submitted? I know you were working on your very first offer yesterday.
They changed their mind.
Like we didn't see that coming.
Right. So we're putting an offer in another one.
Okay.
More money.
Oh, shucks. Darn. And you have another buyer you're showing houses to today, right?
Wednesday.
So
yes.
You got one you're going in for contract, another one you're showing houses to. Do you have any more pre-approved buyers?
I have another pre-approval in, pre-qualifying. It should be in probably by Friday. It was an online application, so Todd got in touch with me yesterday, told me that he'd look it over, and we should be able to get that one approved too. I've got another one too that's going to be a listing and a sale, but probably not until February.
All right, got it. Got to build the pipeline too. So
4 months.
4 months, that's your goal. I'm holding you to it. If not, you got to cut me a check. So
that's all good. That's all good. I think I'm going to take advantage of your sale too, your fire sale.
All right, I'll call you later.
Yep.
Hey, Ian, real quick, if you don't mind me calling on you, congratulations. Calliope is under contract, ... again. How's that one looking?
I believe it's going through. I was still waiting for them to make their earnest money deposit, but everything's going good, I believe.
Cash or finance?
Financed.
Okay. How are you feeling on the appraisal?
I think that'll be fine. There's one that's sold in the neighbourhood for way more now than the offer, so I think we'll be good with that.
Awesome. Well, I'm crossing my fingers that it goes through. I know the last one didn't, but they were unreasonable. That was a unique buyer, right? So
very much so.
Yeah, they were
way too demanding.
Yeah, they wanted all appliances were working, but they wanted all brand new appliances anyway, and they wanted the seller to pay for it. So yeah,
they actually wanted a $10,000 credit, which was way in excess of the cost of the appliances.
Valid point. Yeah. Sometimes buyers can just be unreasonable for stupid reasons. How's your pipeline looking? You got anything on the horizon?
No, I've got people looking and asking questions, but nothing serious. I do have that listing that's going to come back in February for the condo in Windsor Palms. I touched base with the seller a couple of days back, and he said they're still on course for that. I think they're a bit unrealistic in their pricing, but by then they would have been monitoring what's sold for the past 2 or 3 months, so they'll hopefully have a price adjustment coming as well.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I'd have those comps ready for him.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, he's already set up with a feed which shows him all the actives and pendings and sold, so he gets that whenever one happens. So he's got no excuse really to say that he doesn't know what's going on in the market.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have anything?
I have a question regarding the Facebook advertisements and information you sent us yesterday.
Yeah.
Will we have an opportunity to help or at least decide what kind of market we're trying to attract for ourselves?
So it's the content that we're creating is going to be more general real estate content. So we're not replacing you. We are supplementing, right? So we're going to create the foundation of your social media platform. We still need you to do your part to try to add to it and add your own unique flavor, right? So we'll have mortgage, a lot of more generalized content that would apply to a broader audience.
Okay.
And then obviously if there's something specific you want to focus on, I'm happy to help if you have something you want to focus on and guide you on that. But yeah, you still need to do some of your own work on it. But this way, if you go to sleep for a week on social media, we still got you covered.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, sir.
Sir, wow. Anyone else? Well, I want to say thank you so much, each of you. This is I think one of the bigger audiences we've had for this. Did the emails and text reminders help? Our new system I'm using? Okay, I did find out the service I've been using, there's a limit on the text and we're almost out already. So I'll have to get probably a new number with the service. We'll have to go from a free level to a premium. I didn't know they had limits on it. So I got a message this morning that I'm 50% through. So I'll work on that today. And if there's a number change, we'll push it out via Workplace and let everybody know so you can save it. So that way, if somebody's trying to get you to get Steam Punk gift cards or whatever for my kids that I don't have, who got a text? Joellen got one. I know Arohi got one. Wow. Right? Like, clearly they don't know who the hell I am. Kids? I mean, my dogs don't play. I did find out Steam, I guess, is some video game, which doesn't make sense, but whatever.
It's a platform for gaming.
It's a platform for gaming? Yeah. So I had never even heard of it up until that, and I just got curious, but I've never seen that happen. But I will never, ever ask you guys to send money via a text message like that, okay? So, or buy gift cards randomly for my kids that I don't have. So.
You're welcome to for mine.
No, I'm good. Thanks. Are you trying to give me your kids, or you want me to get you gift cards?
You can buy them gift cards. Yeah, I don't want to give them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with kids. I got dogs, and that's enough. Yeah. So kids are more expensive. College and, all that fun stuff now. Right, Troy? Oh, I think Troy's frozen. Either that or he's not moving. I don't know if
he's doing the mannequin challenge.
He's doing the mannequin challenge. Nice. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate the participation. If you have time tomorrow, join for the Boomtown call. We're going to try to do a couple of those a week. And we will we'll throw more content out and try to help you grow your business. This year of content, focus on content, people. I promise you, if you go out there and prove yourself to be the content king or queen, you will succeed, right? If you just send people listings, you're not going to succeed. All right, have a great day. If no one else has anything else, what time is the Boomtown call? I got a chat message because they want to ask publicly. That is, I think, tomorrow at noon. So it's on Workplace, so check it out. All right, have a great one. Appreciate you being a part of the team, and we'll see you real soon.